What's happening, guys and girls, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome back to my lonely, pitiful, sad gaming channel. My name is Grayson, and I'm back at you again with a little look back through the retro lenses at a game that was popular all over the arcades in the early 90s. Probably one of my favorite go-to games as a racing fan when I was younger. It's Race Drivin'. This time running on Sega Genesis, but back in the day on arcade. And this is one of the titles that you probably should just leave to your memories. There's some games that really stand the test of time. Sonic the Hedgehog, Phantasy Star, Streets of Rage, that you can pop in the day and you're blown away still. They're still great games. This is not one of them. It doesn't help that the Genesis port of the arcade game was absolutely garbage. It run like trash, maybe 5-10 frames a second, and looked nowhere near as good as the original. That being said, even the arcade original doesn't hold up to my memories of nostalgia of climbing in the big Lamborghini-looking cabinets with the side curtains that completely blacked out everything around you, looking up at that screen. It looked like a real windshield, and seeing, at the time, amazing 3D graphics. I guess it helped a lot that I was 5 or 6, and to my 5 and 6-year-old self, I thought it was the shit. It looked real to me at the time, and we're talking 91, 92, like I said. I thought it was amazing. You didn't see graphics like this on anything. Like, you played Sonic the Hedgehog, side-scrolling. Everything was side-scrolling. You got in this cabinet and everything blacks out, and your imagination's running wild because of the atmosphere and the game, and you're driving in full 3D here. And as you can see, now that I'm a grown man in my 30s, looking back, the sense of wonder is long since gone. The road is a nice, lovely checkerboard pattern. I see this pavement all the time out on my streets, I can tell you that much. The grass, it's a flat, I mean, at least it's green. It's self-explanatory. It's grass. We get some quasi-3D objects coming up here. You'll see a bridge, I think. Oh, we got a hill. But we got a speed limit sign. But there's little buildings that'll pop up. We ran into the speed limit sign. Just like my real driving. It's terrible. But, wow, it just doesn't hold up. I will say this. The good things about this game is... one thing that I didn't know, I don't know if it has it in the arcade, but the home port has a track editor. This game doesn't have any real modes, it's just a start screen with 4 tracks, and then there's one that says custom, and we'll show you this. We'll minimize our screen here. And yes, we are running emulation through the Fusion emulator, one of my favorites. But let's go for a soft reset here, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. When you boot up Race Drivin' for the first time, I'm going to show you the options. We've got a little bit of options here where traffic, speed limit, your difficulties, practice mode, normal mode. But anyway, when you start the game up for the first time here, we've got Super Stunt Track, Original, we've got Autocross, and then we got Custom. You go to Custom, and you can select your background, and then you can feel free to edit any part of the track that you want. Just by pressing a button, it'll change the piece of the track from curved to straight, bridge, whatever you want to do, and you can make your own track. It's really simple, but effective. I mean, it's so simple a kid could grasp it, which is the idea. And for a game to have a track editor like this, it blows my mind for back then. I'm sure maybe there's some others, but this is one of the few ones that I remember. And that's really cool. The gameplay may be bad, but still a feature that we didn't get hardly at all in a lot of games, not till much later in future consoles. So, really, really cool to see an early game have something like this. Other than that, it's not a game that you're going to want to play tons of hours in. It's not one you can go back to like Sonic or any of your favorite classics like that, or Mario. But, still, if you're nostalgic, if you played this in the arcades when you're little and you want to have it in your collection, it's still a cool thing to have, because I can tell you, just booting it up and seeing it, there's still that kid in me going, that's still amazed somewhat, even if my adult self is like, this sucks. So yeah, if you can find it for $1, which you probably can at your local your brick and mortar stores, not GameStop obviously, but if you find it at a flea market or a game store, pick it up for $1, put it in your collection on the wall, and remember it, don't play it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time with some more retro content, and hopefully we'll get this camera and tripod up and going so you're not looking through the lens of this phone at a computer screen. We'll get this screencasting fixed, better videos coming. Thank you again a million times over. I love all of you. And if you follow me, I will give you a follow back on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you need a shout out on. Just holler at me. I'll be glad to anytime, any day. Thank you guys. Peace out.